Hi everyone, it's Laura and Rebecca's joining me. We're going to do the fine balance class today. It'll be a modified version, so it's going to be only about 20 to 30 minutes. If you don't have hand weights at home, you can get some canned goods from your cupboard. Use those when we're doing hand weights, or water bottles, just depending on what you can find around. So get what you're going to need. We won't be using very much equipment today, so just be a little modification. All right, we're going to start with some warm-ups. Just going to reach the arms up overhead and swing them down. And up overhead and down. Up overhead and down. And raise the arms up and twist to your right. Drop the arms, and you're going to be just giving yourself a tall spine stretch and twist. Opposite hand on opposite knee and hold the base of your the seat of your chair. Then come back to center. Arms are going to come up and twist to the other side. Just a nice spinal twist, not too deep of a twist yet. We're just getting warmed up. Back to center. You roll the shoulders back first, and then arm circles, large arm circles back. And roll the shoulders forward. By the way, if you've got some music at home that you'd like to put on, go ahead and put your own music on and enjoy it. We're leaving it without music, and you can listen to what you like. We're going to reach out with our hands, flex our hands, and flick, and flex, and flick, and flex, and flick. Then we're going to reach the back of our chair. You scoot up a little bit, hold the back of the chair, and stretch the front of your chest. And then bringing the hands to knees, you're going to round in, curl your spine the other direction. And again, this is everything we do in class. So you're probably familiar with these moves. And once more.
Feels good.
And curl. Reach across with your right hand. And extend your fingers. Stretch your shoulder blade by squeezing your arm in. You're going to raise your arm straight up, drop your hand to your shoulder, and give a squeeze to your elbow. Squeeze it in towards the side of your head here. And then raise it up. You're going to reach your opposite arm across. Extend your fingers and squeeze your arm. Raise it up. Drop the hand down. Give it a squeeze, squeeze the elbow. And then bring the arms down. We're going to reach up like we're climbing a rope, stretching the side body. And it's 2, 1. Warming up the legs. Just going to do some toe raises. Four, 3, 2, 1. And next we're going to interlace our fingers under your right leg. You're going to reach with your heel, reach across the room, reach it towards me and Rebecca. Nice long stretch. And then relax the knee, point, flex, point, flex. And last time, point, flex. Bend the knee in more and make a circle with your foot, warming up the ankles and all the joints in the feet. And reverse the direction.
Ankle popping.
And then a little squeeze, bring your knee in and release it. And other leg, gonna interlace your fingers behind your thigh and stretch your heel forward across the room. Be sure to always breathe in and breathe out. Relax the knee and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Once more. Bend the knee more and circle the foot. Get the ankle all loosened up for the rest of our leg work. Reverse the direction.
Is that your ankle or your shoe?
I hope it's my shoe.
It's your shoe.
It sounds like my shoe. Interlace your fingers in front of your knee and squeeze in. Even there's no music, you hear a lot of things. And let your leg down. At this point, we normally would be putting on some ankle weights, but we're not going to use ankle weights today since a lot of people don't happen to have those at home. But we will do the same series of exercises. You'll still feel it because the weight of your leg is also a weight. So stretch your right leg out. Toes are pointed up. And we're going to raise and lower the foot. Raise and lower. You might do this a little faster or a little slower depending on what works for you and depending on what music you might be listening to right now. I can sort of imagine the different kinds of music people might have on. And one more. Now you're going to turn your foot out. We're going to work the inner thigh, and foot is flexed, and raise it up to the knee, in front of the knee if you can reach it that high.
Those are hard.
They are. I always
I've done
feel-
these before.
Oh yeah, and try it with an ankle weight. Yeah. Okay, just two more. 2, 1, and relax. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the other leg. Normally if we're doing like ankle weights, we get behind the chair, do everything on one side, but since we're going to do it differently today, we're just going to repeat this part on the opposite leg. So I'm going to raise and lower. You want to be sure to use work on the way up and on the way down. You're controlling the leg rather than letting it swing. Just raise it up and lower it. Also, do your best to sit on your sits bones so you're sitting tall and not falling back. And 2, 1. Now you're going to put your foot at the diagonal and raise it up in front of the opposite knee.
That was the chair, it was not me.
The main thing is to have fun. Keep working out and have fun. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. You'd be glad to stand up now. We're going to walk around behind the chair. And I'm just going to tip the chair a little bit just so y'all will see what I'm doing. And we'll start with your right leg. We're going to go across and out to the side, crossing the midline here with your right leg. Working the inner thigh muscles and the outer thigh. Three, 2, 1. From here, it's just the same leg. It's going to go out to the side and into the center. Want to be sure to stand tall and don't allow yourself to sink into your supporting hip here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to do a leg extension and kick it back from the heel. Standing tall rather than leaning forward. You're working it all in the glutes here and the core to stay tall. 2, 1. And a mule kick. 2 and 1. Before we move on to the next side, let's just do a little hula. Stretch it out. Feels good to the hips after doing all that glute work. All right, second side. It's going to be your left leg is going to go across and out to the side. And you're controlling it rather than letting it swing. Doing a little more work. Lifting and lowering. Two, 1. And we're going to just out to the side and into the center.
Oops. Kicking the rower.
Three, 2, 1. Extending, heel back. Staying tall and straight. Two, 1. And mule kicks. I still feel the weight. I don't have my ankle weight on, but I feel it.
Feel it in mine. On the one I'm standing on too.
Uh-huh. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Better do a little stretching it out, roll the hips here. I haven't forgotten about squats. As I said, we're doing this in a little bit different order, but we're going to go ahead and do a couple of sets of squats next. For squats, you can use the back of your chair to have support. If you don't need that, you can just stand next to your chair. You can always have your chair close so you can hold it if you need to. When you do the squats, you want to make sure to drive your hips back, and your weight is going to be over your ankles. Knees are over the ankles rather than the toes. You want to be able to lift your toes up because your weight's back. You can have your arms forward to counterbalance that weight. Some people might have their arms in. You can choose. I like my feet to be a little bit apart. It's easier on my knees. So we'll do 8 squats and then we'll do 8 pulses. Two, 1, and it's pulse, pulse. 2, 1, and come up. We're going to do another set of squats, and this time we'll come up on the toes in between this. After the squat, we come up on the toes. It's going to be otherwise the same. You can take it a little slower if that helps you to balance. Two. When we get to 1, we're going to hold it on the toes. And 1, and hold it. And it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and want to keep this moving along because we have a shortened time. So we'll go ahead and do some of our work with the hand weights and or canned goods. And start with some bicep curls. Lifting and lowering. Four, 3, 2, 1. We're going to have our elbows out. We're going to do an overhead press. Two, 1. Turn your knuckles up and raise one arm and then the other, just only approximately shoulder height. Rebecca is still working with her 8-pound weights.
That's bad news.
I have my 1-pound bead cans. I'll switch out to weights in a minute. And it's 2 and 1. All right. Here we go. Let's do some hammer curls. We're going to have our hands just forward at the seat of your chair and bring it, the head of the weight up to your shoulder and lower it. I'll exhale when I lift the weights up. Two and 1. Bring your elbows up and close together, and the elbows come apart and together, just about 3/4 of the way open. And it's 2, 1. Okay, ready for some flies. In this class we usually do the fly with just one arm at a time, so I'll do it that way as we're used to. I'm going to put one weight down.
I'm scooting behind you so I don't hit you.
Okay, thank you. And you can sit at a little diagonal if you want on your chair, depending on how your room is at home and where you have space, because the arm is going to come straight out to the side and lower. Be sure to control the weight down as well as on the way up.
I was cheating.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's called a fly, but you really are just flapping your wings. Oh. And 2, 1. All right. We'll go ahead and do a row on this side. You're going to just pull it, elbow comes back and lower. You'll still get some benefit doing this even if you're not using a weight of any kind. 3, 2, 1. And you're just going to move now, hinge from the elbow, your kick back, work into tricep muscle. Lift it and control it down. 3, 2, 1. All right, we switch to the other side. Doing the fly on this side, raise it and lower. Hmm? Three, 2, 1. And let it down. And the row on this side, just elbows come straight back. Two, 1. And just hinging from the elbow, it's a kickback. Three, 2, 1. And relax it. Let's do an overhead with tricep muscles. So I'm just holding one weight. If you really want, you can use more than one weight, but I'm just going to use one. Arms up overhead, and we're going to lower it down and raise it back up, and lower it and raise it.
Stomach's crawling again.
3, 2, 1, and bring it down. I'm going to go ahead and, since we have time, I think we're going to...
Little bit of time.
We don't have time.
Little bit of time.
A little bit of time. We're going to go ahead and do a combination exercise. It's going to be a curl and an overhead press. Bicep curl and overhead press. Yeah.
Do your arms go together when you hit the top or just straight up?
I think mine are just
Okay.
straight up.
Just making sure I'm doing it right.
And 3, 2, last one. Hooray. And just roll it out. Let the weights take your arms down. Well, I'm wanting to modify here, so I'm going to check in with my camera person on how much time we have.
We've gone 23 minutes.
Wow, see how fast it goes. Anyway, we will do, let's interlace our fingers, stretch it up, and lean over to your right. And stretch it up, lean over to
Okay.
arms come down.
You're good.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of cardio because we have time. So we'll do some of the exercises we would do if we had a ball, but we won't be using the ball today. So you can have an imaginary ball when we do those exercises. Let's start with a little bit of a core where you scoot forward on your chair. And in class we'd be holding the ball out here with our arms, and then we'd twist to the side, leaning back, keeping your back straight, and then come forward again. So it's a twist to the side, bring the ball back, and bring it forward again. All the while holding belly button to spine, keeping your core solid. And your exhale is as you lean back. And it's 2 each side once more. Last one to each side. All right, now we're going to do some jumping jacks. So you're squeezing the ball that's between your hands. And we're gonna, ball goes out, feet go out. Ball goes up, then the feet go
Oops.
out. I know, it's
Oopsies.
feet are always going out. The ball is going out and up. These may not be as fast as you like, so at home you can speed it up. We'll just keep it simple for now. There's 3, 2, 1. All right. Gonna hold the ball in your hands. Bring your arms up overhead. You're holding the imaginary ball. And we're gonna do a chop to one side and come up. And chop and up. It's 3, 2, 1. And the ball comes to the toe, the leg kicks out, and the ball comes down to the toe. Three, 2, 1. Get ready for more jumping jacks. It's going to be, ball goes front and up. Legs go out.
You're going fast.
3, 2, 1. And one last time with the chop. Sorry, I didn't
Does
say
it
which
alternate?
side. No, let's go to their right.
All right, got it.
Sorry. Left to right is not always easy for me. And one last time to each side. All right, we're going to stand up, do a long back stretch. I'll turn my chair to the side so you can see better. I'm going to have my hands at the back of my chair. Step back as far as I need to stretch my spine long. My head is between my arms, not letting my head drop. Just a long stretch from the top of my head down the full length of my spine. I'm going to come back up and put your have your right leg front, left leg back, and just as far as you need to have a bent knee in front and a long stretch for the back of your leg. You can relax on the back of your chair, fold your arms across the back of the chair. We're going to come up and switch to the other leg. Come on back to your chair. We're going to sit down to do a little bit of cool down. 30-minute class goes by very quickly. But anyway, putting your feet more like a little bit apart, sort of the width of the chair seat. You're going to lead with your chest over towards your thighs and then drop your head, curl your spine and roll it up. And again, it's like a wave. Just drop it down. When you get to here, roll it up. And one more time. We're going to turn again to the side of our chair Hand on the knee and other hand on the seat of the chair. Just another spinal twist like we did when we first started. Then scoot your knees over towards that side you were twisting to. Put the hands on either side of the back of your chair and push with the back hand to get a little bit deeper twist. Back to center. And we're going to reverse the spine twist, the first one. Sitting tall. And then scoot your knees over diagonally to the seat of your chair and put both hands at the back of your chair and push with the back hand to give yourself a deeper twist. Go back to the front. And stretch the legs out. Your right leg goes out, toes are up. Hinge at your hips and walk your hands down to your ankle, your toes, let your head drop. Walk it back up. Cross your ankle over your knee. Let your knee just relax and sit tall. If it's easy enough for you to lean with a straight back forward, hinge at the hips, stretch over that leg. Be sure to breathe out to let any tension go. Keep this upper foot as flexed. And sit back up. Stretch the other leg out, toes up, hinge at your hips and walk your hands down. And then let your head drop. And then walk your hands back up. Cross the ankle over with your foot flexed. Sit tall. Let your knee drop as best it can. And lean forward with a flat back. Getting a nice stretch on the outer hip. And come on back up. And then interlace the fingers, stretch up again. And leaning to your right.
I almost went the other way.
And up, lean to your left. Center, with arms down. All right. I really don't know how much time we've passed here.
I'm hungry.
Well,
We're
anyway,
almost done.
this is a shortened version of the usual Fine Balance class, but Rebecca and I just wanted to keep it moving here and hope that you'll join us and watch these videos and do the exercises along with us. Yeah, and we really hope to see you soon. We miss you. This is what we're doing in our time here, making these videos, but we really would rather be teaching to you right here in the center. So thank you, and thanks to our camera person.
Miss you.
Thanks to Maria for filming.